Yeah. Okay. So Zay, this is your question, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, let's just bring this down so it's easier for ourselves. Okay. Okay, so it says that a steel pavilion at a sports ground comprises a series of 12 steps. Okay, so it's 12 steps. So it's like you're going upstairs in your house or something. The first three are shown below. Okay, so they're giving you the first three. Each step is 5 meters wide, so it's like there, right? And each step has a rise of a third. So they've drawn this for you, right? So maybe we can choose a different color. And a step or a tread, they say tread of 2/3. And each of the rises are the same. So this is going to be blue, that's going to be green. That's going to be blue, that's going to be green. You guys see that? It's the same. You guys must communicate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because the thing is, I can't see you. So I think I have made this. So I like to look at people when I explain things because I can sort of judge your reaction, but we can't, unless you want to put on your videos now, but like I can't see the expression. So I need you guys just to tell me, Ilias, it makes sense, doesn't make sense. Because I don't like to talk if I'm not making sense. Okay, because I want you guys to understand me. Okay, so we haven't looked at the question yet. Okay, it says the open side, okay, on each side, okay, so they're talking about the shaded region, okay, must be covered with metal, and they want you to work out the area. Okay, so we're not really concerned with this per se, right? We're concerned with this. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a nice sketch, because I really think you guys, when you guys are drawing these things, it's always nice to make a sketch, okay, because it helps you visualize. Because I'm just going to draw what we have here. Okay, so here are the steps, right? Okay, actually let's just do it like that. Not just duplicate it. Yeah. Okay, right. Okay, and each one rises up by like a third. This is the nice thing about this app. You can do almost anything. Okay, so you guys get the picture, right? There are your steps.
Yeah.
And they're saying to you that this is 2/3, right? 2/3, and this is a third. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You look back here, the height is a third and the length is 2/3. Uzay, do you see that?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, great. So all we're doing, we're just drawing it, right? We're just drawing it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then this is going to be a third also. That's going to be a third also. Okay, that's also going to be a third. And they want us to work out if we were to make 12 steps. Now, obviously, we're not going to draw 12, okay, because it's going to take too long. But hopefully, we can find a pattern, right? This is a number patterns question. Okay. Now, let's start off with the first block. Okay, let's do the first block. What's the area of this first block?
Isn't it 1/3 times 2/3? No.
Yes, because it's a rectangle. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Isn't it just a rectangle? Aren't these just rectangles?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what's a third times 2/3?
2/9.
2/9, right? And what about the area of the second one?
So
One third.
Oh,
Isn't
one
it?
third, 4/9, right? Because isn't it 2/3
Times
multiplied by a third plus a third.
Yeah.
What's a third plus a third?
2/3, I
2/3.
think.
2/3,
Yeah.
and then 2/3 squared is 4/9. What's the area of the third one?
2, 3. No way.
7/9.
6/9.
6/9, because it's 2/3 times a third plus a third plus a third. What's a third plus a third plus a third?
1.
3 times
Which is?
1.
1.
It's 1, right? But so that's just 2/3 times 1, which is 2/3. But since we're using the denominator of 9, I'm just thinking to make it easier for ourselves. 2/3 is just 6/9. Do you guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Do you start seeing some pattern here?
Yep.
Okay, let's do the last one just to prove it to you what the pattern is. 2/3 times
4/3.
and what's 2/3 times 4/3?
8/9.
Do you guys see the pattern?
Yep.
What type of sequence is this? Series?
So arithmetic.
Okay, Waste is arithmetic. What do you guys say?
I
It's an
think it's
arithmetic.
arithmetic.
It is arithmetic.
Who says geometric?
Yes, it's arithmetic.
Okay, it is arithmetic. So what are the two features of an arithmetic series?
Constant difference.
Which is 2/9.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but remember, when you're wanting to work out the sum, you need three things. You need A, D, and N. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
So what is A?
2/9.
2/9.
And what's D?
2/9.
2/9.
Yeah. And what's N?
12.
Great. So do you guys see now we can work out the sum?
Yes.
And who wants to do this for me on the calculator? Uzair, does it make sense? Uzair, I know you asked the question.
Much more sense when you drew the cubes out. It's much more clearer.
It's so nice to draw. I think in maths, you mustn't be afraid to draw and to make sketches. Okay, so 12/2, 2 times A is 2/9. And D is 2/9. And N is 12. Anybody work it out? Anybody working it out? There must be one person working it out.
I'm busy with it. I'm gonna give the answer now.
Okay, my
Okay.
answer is 794,67. I don't know if that's right. I think I mistaken for
What did you get to say?
794,67.
Did you also get that, Sadiq, Nafisa?
Yes.
But now my question to you guys is this the final answer? Wait, this doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it's
I'm so
not.
confused because
It seems too big. It seems too big. What did you get?
What's 17.33?
That sounds a bit more
And
realistic
I
because this is.
got. Wait.
Yeah, 17.33333. That's what I got.
So 17 1/3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Zay, does it?
I
Maybe a
typed
bit of
in
a calculator
12
mistake.
12
Yeah,
as
I
a D
also
by
I got
accident.
52 over 3, which is
Okay.
17.33.
52 over 3. Is that the final
Yeah.
answer?
Put it
Yes.
in meters, Grace.
What does it say here?
Mustn't you cover both sides?
So what must you do?
Times by 2.
So don't be caught out, guys, okay?
Uh,
So it's 102 over 3. Okay. Oh, 104, sorry, 104. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
So do you see how much easier it becomes when you visualize things? Guys?
yes, but it does help a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's move on to the next question. And this is recorded, so if you want to come back and watch again, that's the nice thing. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This is Amaro's one. Okay. This question is actually this is the question that I remember in grade 12. It was the first optimization question my teacher taught me. This question. She actually made the box in class, and she asked us to work this out. So it brings back memories. This is 5 years ago, though. But anyway, okay, question 10. So are you guys familiar with this? That this is how you make a box? Have you guys seen this before?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So since a box is made from a rectangular piece of cardboard, okay, so you cut out, I mean, this is the part that you actually use. I mean, you don't use the rest, right? You just use this part. And then you fold it up and then you use it, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean, you don't use this part.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why it's you can see it's a bit lighter. Okay. Now it says, okay, a box is made and it says that it's 100 centimeters by 40. So this is 100, right? And that's 40. Okay, it's 100 and that's 40. Okay. And now it's saying, express the length in terms of the height. So what's the length? What's the length of this box?
Is it 40 centimeters?
No, it's
So
I don't know.
what's the base going to be?
100 centimeters.
Well, no, this is
no,
the
the
base.
base is gonna be B.
Oh, sorry.
Right? You guys agree the base is B?
Yeah.
Yes.
So isn't the height
Okay.
actually going to be L?
The height is gonna be H. The length is gonna be L.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Because if you fold that part where L is up, the length of that is H. So that's gonna
So
be
if we were to do this here, here's H, right? And B is here, and H and L is here.
Yeah.
But actually, this helps you. This is actually better than this because you can't really see that here. So what's the length in terms of H? Is there an equation that you guys can create? Any ideas?
maybe the volume formula. Maybe.
They don't give you volume. So they didn't. So they didn't give you the
Okay.
volume yet. What do they give you though? What numbers do they give you?
140.
140. So how can you use the 140 to help you?
Oh,
Somebody said, "Oh."
no, I think it's wrong in mine.
No,
It's the
you can.
base at the top and the two sides is 100 and the other three sides is 40. Something to do with that.
Isn't H plus L plus H 40?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
therefore L is just 40 minus 2H.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you guys see how you can create an equation? H plus L plus H equals 40. They tell you that here.
Yeah.
And the question is saying, express L in terms of H. Therefore, what does that mean?
So 2H
Hmm?
is equal to 40 minus L.
No, so remember when they say they want you to express L, they mean make L the subject of the formula.
Oh,
So
sorry.
40 minus 2H.
So there's a concept
Yeah.
video called Literal Equations on the section map, which tells you how to that if you want to learn more about making something the subject or expressing something in terms of something, that concept video will help you. So therefore, L equals 40 minus 2H.
2H.
Okay, great. And the next thing says, prove, hence prove. Okay, so hence means using what you've done above, that the volume is given by V equals. So what is the volume of a box?
Length times
Length
breadth
times
times
breadth
height.
times height.
Right, so volume is just length times breadth times height.
Mhm.
And you know the length is what?
40 minus 2H.
All right, 40 minus 2H. I'm just going to write that here. Is our job done?
No.
What must we still do? Look at the answer they want.
To
What must we?
express the breadth.
Yes, express B in terms of H. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Why? Why? Because isn't it in calculus that you can only find the derivative of one variable in your syllabus?
Yeah.
So therefore, you can't have an equation with two variables. You see that?
Yeah.
Now you've got two variables, B and H. But you want one with one, just H. So then you write B in terms of H. And how can you do that?
You can say 100 is equal to 2b plus 2h. And then
100
divide everything by
equals 2H plus 2B. Why? Using this one, right? 100 is 2H plus 2B.
you can divide everything by 2 and then make b the subject of the formula.
And that will give you 50.
Minus
Oh.
h.
Yeah. So it's 50 equals H plus B if you divide everything by 2. And then B equals 50 minus H. And that gives you your volume. Do you guys all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does this equation mean? Who wants to tell me what does this equation mean? Naima, what does this equation mean? Like, what can I, like, if I gave you this equation and I ask you, Naima, like, what's this equation about? Like, what can you tell me? Like if you find a new friend at a party or something, like what can you tell me about that person? Like what's the first thing you're gonna say? like if you meet someone new and like you say, this is Ilyas and he's a medical student and he likes playing soccer and he likes tutoring maths. So now I'm giving you, like, if you meet this equation and you say like, okay, how can I best describe this equation to somebody who like doesn't know maths?
Can you say that?
That it's volume, like the equation of a volume.
Yeah, you value the volume.
Yeah. What else? Anything else?
In terms of h.
Right. It's an equation for volume in terms of h. What does that mean?
That the length, the breadth, and the height. The length and the breadth is also expressed by h.
Yes. So in other words, just to be simple, whatever I choose h to be, this equation will tell me the volume. So if I choose h to be 2, then this equation will tell me the volume when h is 2. Do you guys see that? So that's how cool. That's the nice thing about this equation, is that you've created this equation, and you've said, okay, if I choose h to be a certain number, this will tell me the volume when I choose h to be that number. But now it says which value of h will give me a maximum. So what goes through your head when you read
And
that?
the derivative and make it equal to 0.
Great, you guys have been listening. Okay, so, but how can I find the derivative of this?
I think we have to distribute, multiply
Yes,
everything.
because you guys haven't been shown how to find the derivative of this, right? Because you have to expand it out. So how can you expand it? What are you going to do first?
Brackets.
Do the brackets, right?
So 50
Times 40, which is?
2000.
2000.
40 times 4. Yeah. And then
Minus 40h minus 100h minus 140h plus 2h squared.
yeah.
So I want you guys to work on your, practice your times tables and stuff, because it helps you in your exam. Because if you're spending time on the calculator for these ones, these are all ways in which you start accumulating time. So if you make your mental math strong, then it means that you can save time for other questions which require more thinking. Okay,
Yeah,
so
but the
then
calculator gives you like the sense of surety, you know?
Exactly.
so that's why afterwards, can I tell you guys a secret? in my maths exam in 2015, I finished after 90 minutes.
What?
And then I did the exam twice. Because it
Wow.
was 3 hours. But when I did it the second time, that's when I used the calculator just to check. So, but then I only checked the questions that I did. I only checked the questions that required calculations, or I did mental maths for. But then it meant I focused my time on the difficult questions.
Yeah. And how much did you get for your matric results for math?
Yes, I've been wanting to ask.
No, not going to disclose. We're live on YouTube.
No.
It was okay. It was good enough. It was enough.
Did you get
Did
like
you
a
at least get an A?
Yeah, you probably got a 9.
148
You
squared.
can put it on the chat later.
Yeah, we won't do anything.
Yeah.
I'll give you. I'll let you guys work it out. It's, yeah, actually, we could actually do it like that. Yeah, okay, no, it's just no, let's not do it like that. Okay, it's okay. Plus 2h squared, 2h cubed, right? Okay, do you guys agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's the derivative of this? Is it what's the derivative expression first?
Equals to 0.
Yes, but what's the derivative operation? Like,
So multiply by the exponent and subtract the exponent by 1.
yeah, but what are you gonna write here? So like this is
dv over something. Is that what you
dv
want to
over
know?
dv over
dv
what?
over dh. dh.
TH. Yeah.
That's what I want to
Yes.
see, right? Okay, so then it's gonna be equal to 2000
Yeah.
there minus
280h
280h
plus 6h squared
Mm-hmm.
equal to 0.
equals 0, right? Because now you just found the derivative, but you haven't put it equal to 0. Okay. And then how can we solve this? You can
Trinomial.
The first
trinomial,
one
right?
is
Divide out by 2
37,87.
first.
Okay, divide by 6.
So maybe divide by 2 first, because if you divide by 6, because the problem is then you'll get 2000 doesn't
Subtract.
divide by 3.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So what's it gonna
Uh-huh.
be?
So that will be 1000, and then we'll get negative 140 and 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this one doesn't have a nice factorization, I think. Did anybody check out the
I'm doing it.
I have the answers.
okay.
The first x is equal to 37,87.
Yeah, 37 comma
87. And the second one is 8,80.
8, 8.
Yeah.
Second one.
so what's next? What you guys want to do next?
I think it's the first one or something. I don't know.
So don't think.
Okay, yeah, I forgot that. Yeah.
I want you to reason. Maths, you must reason.
Yeah, I think you put it back. Okay, not think. You just put it back in the derivative formula, because then it will tell you what the maximum is when the height is that. I think.
So I think
Yeah.
for now it being maximum, I think that the 37 will make sense
Why?
because it's higher and like the h will be higher.
But listen here.
Because you're putting h into the same formula.
If this is 37 and that's 37 and this must add up to 40. How can
What?
h be 37? If this must add up to 40. So that's how you can rule out it being 37.
Okay.
So you must check the answer. So I suspect, you see, the thing is, the problem in these equations, it doesn't account for negatives, right? So it's length. So somebody's mic. Just be careful with these, right? Because did everybody catch that?
Yep.
Didn't we say that this is 40? This is 40, right?
Yeah.
But if h was 37 and this was 37, that can't add up to 40. If it's already 37 and 37. Do you guys see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
So that's why you have to always look back and say, does my answer make sense? So therefore, it has to be the other one. Okay, do you guys understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So that's why I think maybe that's why it was 5 marks, because they wanted you to remove one of the answers. Okay. But my question is this the maximum?
No, that is the value at maximum.
Yeah. Say again, Amara?
No, it's not the maximum. It is the x value at the maximum because it's a
Correct.
parabola.
So how would you find the maximum?
Put it into the first formula,
Yeah.
the volume.
Put it into this formula?
No, the
No.
volume.
Good. Because remember, this is the derivative. If you put 8 into this, you'll get naught. That's how you know you're putting it into the wrong equation. If you get naught, it's wrong. Because it's the derivative, right? Because that's this equation is going to tell you the derivative. You want to know the volume. That's why I asked you guys, what does this equation mean? Every equation has meaning. So what does this equation mean? It means volume. And they want volume, so you have to sub it into that equation. Okay. Everybody happy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Somebody have a question? Is that it?
No. But I think your maths mark was 96%.
Wow.
How did you get that?
Well, 2
kinda
to
at
the
the
5
point
can only be times by 3 to give a good number.
So we've got a bit of a genius on our hands, yeah.
Is it true though?
Yeah, but
Is
don't
it
don't
actually
don't
96?
Uh,
Wow.
but don't
Is it 96?
it was I don't
Yeah.
know I don't know how I got it though, but I was like, okay, but yeah, but anyway, it's not well that. Okay, let's look at the next question. So Amaro's question.
Yes.
Okay, so now it says here in diagram A, B, C are points on a Cartesian plane. F, which is here, right? You guys see that? F is here. They give you the point of F, and G are points on the line AC, the line AC, such that AF equals FG. So that's important, right? AF equals FG. So that's the midpoint. Do you guys agree? F is the midpoint. Yep. So there's always things that must go through your mind when you read these things, like F is the midpoint. I'm thinking to myself, there's something called a theorem where if this is also the midpoint of that, which I feel like it looks like it is, we haven't proven it yet, then that means that this is half of that. Okay, so there's a midpoint theorem. Have you guys come across that theorem?
Yeah.
Where if they are equal, both the midpoints, then that's half. So these are things that you must just think about. So when I see these, you must think about these concepts. Okay, so is the x-intercept of AB. Okay, you can see that over there. Now it says calculate the equation AC. Where's AC? Okay. What do you guys think?
Okay, so because they want the equation of AC.
Because they're all on the same line, we can just find the gradient and then sub in a point.
Yeah, you've got 2 points, right?
Yeah.
So you can find the gradient and you can find the equation. So That's not too difficult, right? Because you guys have been exposed to these things before. You just find the gradient and you've got a point and you can work out the equation. So what's the y is 3.5 minus 4 is 7.5 over 3 minus 8, which is minus 5. So minus 7 over 2, 7 over 10, 3 over 5. Yeah, 7 over 10. Okay. So 7 over 10. Do you guys get that for the gradients?
Yeah.
No, so it can't be that. Sorry, 7.5.
No.
7.5. That's 15. Minus 15 over 10. Which is minus 3 over 2, I think. Just double check.
Yeah.
It's minus 3 over 2. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, minus 3 over 2. So the gradient is minus 3 over 2. And the point, we can just sub in. And so y minus y1, which is y plus 4, is that 1, equals minus 3 over 2, x minus 8. Y equals minus 3 over 2x plus 24 plus 12 plus 8. I think plus 24 plus 12. Yeah, do you guys get that? Yeah, if you sub in 8, it's going to be minus 24 over 2, which is minus 12, plus 8, which is minus 4. Okay, so that's the equation. Is everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, minus 3 over 2x plus 8. 4 marks, guys. 4 marks for that. The coordinates of G. If BG is 7x minus 10, where's BG? What the BGs? You guys are too young for that. Is it perpendicular?
I think so, but they don't tell us, so don't know.
How do you prove it's perpendicular?
If the
But they-
gradients
you
model
multiply.
And can't you do that now? Can't you do that now? Because you have the
Yes.
equation. So let's
Yeah.
find out, right? I don't know. Let's see. Okay. 7x equals 7x minus 8 equals 10y. Just rearranging it. Okay. Therefore y equals 7 over 10 minus 4 over 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So how can we work out the coordinates of G then? Hello?
Yeah.
How would you guys work out the equation of G?
No, so we'll get our gradient and then we'll just sub in B. And then we'll get the equation of BG.
No, they want the coordinates of G.
Oh,
We've
they
already
want the
got
co-
BG.
oh, sorry, yeah.
You've got the equation of this line,
Yeah.
but they want the coordinates.
Mm.
Any ideas? Rivka, you haven't said anything.
So let the equation of BG equal the equation of AG.
Yeah,
You can get
yeah. Because isn't this where they intersect?
Yeah. Yes.
at that
So
point
you
they
can
equal
put
to
the
each other.
equations equal to each other. Who wants to do that? Must I just do it?
I think so, yeah.
Come on, you guys must also do some work here. Can't just be me writing. Okay, 7/10 x minus 4/5. 7/10 plus 5/10, which is 12/10. So it's equal to 12/10x. No, it's 6/10. So it's 13/10.
Wait, what?
Okay, so 7/10x plus 3/2x. We're just adding, but if we want to make the
Yeah,
denominator
it's
the same,
11
it's
over
10.
5.
So it's 6 times 5, 15 actually, times by 5. So it's minus 15/10, which is what we got actually, which is 22/10.
But aren't those 4
Yeah, I also
for
got 4.
x?
X is equal to 4.
Oh, did you solve for x already?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that's great. Okay. I was also using the equation. And if you got x to be 4, that's great. Let's just see if it works. 28/10, which is 14/5, which is 10/5, which is 2. Minus 12/2, which is minus 6. No, minus 12, which is minus 6 plus 8, which is 2. Yeah, great. Okay, so that
And y
works.
equals
Okay.
to 2.
Okay, great. Okay, you guys are faster. 4 and 2. Great. Now they're saying calculate A.
Oh, now we have the midpoint.
Great. So do you guys see, just by knowing this is the midpoint, you can work out that. So if this is 3 and that's 4, then that means the x must just be 2. Because 3 is the middle between 2 and 4. And you can say, what did I add to go from here to here? It's 1.5. So I must add 1.5 again.
5.
Which is 5. Okay. That's so therefore that's what they want. Yeah. You could also do it the other way and just say that x plus 1, right, plus x2 equals 3. And then you would sub in the 2x values, 1x value, sorry, which is 4. And then you solve for x2, which would be times by 2, which is 6. x2 minus 4 is 2. Yeah. That's the other way. Prove that EF is parallel to BG.
Aren't you prove it by using the gradient?
Just prove saying gradients.
So what's the point E?
So, like, can't you find the equation of that line by using the point D because it's on the same line?
No, isn't E the midpoint of AB?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
They tell you that.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
No, they don't.
no.
They don't tell you that. But I'm sure you can prove it because you can. You have the 2 points B and A.
You have B and A.
Yeah, you have the coordinates of B and A.
Yep. So what does that mean, Wes? Good spot. What does that mean?
I think from there maybe you can find the midpoint of B and A, and if you find it to be E, then
Well, you don't have to yet, because can't you just find the equation of BA, right?
And then look at
and let it
Yeah, and then you
equal
find the
to
gradient of that
Yeah.
one. which
Or
would-
make Y naught first,
Y is equal to 0. So
then
just
find
solve.
E, right?
yeah.
And then once you found E, find the gradient of EF and see if it's equal to 7/10, which is this. Do you guys see
Yeah.
that?
Fuck, easy to just do it.
I can say it again. Must I say it again? Was it fine?
Yeah, I think just do it.
Okay.
Make more sense.
So what's the equation of this? What's the gradient? It's going to be 10 over 8.
It will be 5 over 4.
Just 5 over 4. Yeah, 5 over 4. Y equals 5 over 4x. And then you would have to, let's just say y minus 5 equals 5 over 4 x minus 2. Y equals 5 over 4x minus 10 over 4, which is minus 5 over 2, plus 5, which is just 2 comma 5. Minus 2 comma 5 plus 5 is just 2 comma 5. Yeah. So if I sub in 2, it's going to be 10 over 4, which is 5 over 2, plus 5 over 2, which is 10 over 2, which is 5. Yeah. Okay. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So sub in
Yeah.
y equals 0, then it becomes, that's not a nice color, 5 over 4x equals minus 5 over 2. You take the 5 over 2 over. Is that a nice color? Must have changed it.
Yeah, it's not that clear.
So therefore x, the 5s will cancel.
-2.
Negative 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore the point E is minus 2, 0. Right? But that's not
Yeah.
the question. The question is wanting you to work out that if they're parallel.
Yeah.
So what's the gradient? Who wants to do the gradient for us? Rivka, is your mic working?
Well, yeah.
Okay, we haven't said anything. You used to be so interactive in class, and now it's just
I was talking, but like,
line with keyboard warriors.
really, I was talking, but okay.
Okay. But just
I'll
not
do
with the mic.
gradient.
Just not with the mic unmuted.
Funny, very funny.
Yeah, it is 7 over 10.
Okay, so it's gonna be 3.5 minus 0 because y is 0, so it's 3.5. So yeah, which is 7 over 2 over divided by 3 over minus 2, which is plus 2, which is 5,
Mm.
which is 7 over 2 times 1 over 5, 7 over 10. They're parallel. Great.
Wait, after x, after
Yes.
find x, and then
So we're just finding the gradient. We've got these 2 points. So it's 3.5 minus 0, which is the y's, and the x's is 3 minus 2. And all we do is just dividing them.
okay, yeah, I got it. Okay,
Yeah,
Nice.
sorry. So it's 7 over 10. So therefore they are parallel. Why? Because the gradients are the same. So what does it mean that they are parallel? Okay.
They have the
Another
same
question.
gradient.
Is it the midpoint now? Is this the midpoint?
Yes.
Yes.
It is,
Yeah.
right? Why? Because the x distance is minus 4, and here it's 4, and here it's 5, and there it's 5. So therefore, it's the midpoint. And what did we say about the midpoint? If these are parallel,
Something becomes half.
yeah, I don't know. It's not really relevant now, but okay, we'll see what's coming up in this episode of Analytical Geometry. Okay, ABCD is a parallelogram with D. Where's ABCD? ABCD. Okay, D is in the first quadrant. Calculate the coordinates of D. So if we kind of just maybe erase some stuff here. So it's D's in the first quadrant, right? So it's probably going to be something. Let's just draw a line like that. Okay, and then like that. No, we don't want that. No. Okay, and then like that. Okay, and then maybe like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys sort of see the shape?
Mhm.
Yes.
So they're saying that D is in the first quadrant. So it wouldn't be here. Because it could be here, right? D could be here. Do you guys agree? Because here's A,
Yeah.
B, and C. So I feel like we'll get two answers. I feel like I'm going to predict we're going to get two answers. But anyway, because the equation, remember, the equation doesn't know which one you're talking about. So let's just wait. Okay, just hold on. Folks with us. Let's just not get excited yet. It's possible. ABC is a parallelogram. Calculate the coordinates of D. Any ideas?
We have the gradient
4 and
for
2 is the midpoint. So
What's-
like diagonal like that.
What's the midpoint?
4 and 2.
Is it? Why is it the
I
midpoint?
Can't you also say that like you can see the distance between
do.
A, B, and do the same thing for CD?
Sure.
Add the same X units and add the same Y units.
And can't you do the same for A, D, and B, D, C?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Do you guys see that? You guys see what he's suggesting? He's saying that the parallelograms, opposite sides are parallel and equal.
Yes.
So why can't you work out the distance of the one side and say, okay, well, BA, we can work out the distance. That means CD is that same distance.
Mm-hmm.
But that will give us a simultaneous equation. However, there is actually an easier way.
Wait, can we also use the
I-
gradient because it's
Yes.
a parallelogram? So if we work out the gradient for AB and then we use the gradient formula and make it equal to that gradient and work out D.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
I do another way. So I just say
There's another way. Yeah, what was your way?
8. So the x values, right? So 2 plus 8 minus 6, which is 12. That's the x value. And I do the same thing for the y.
Wait. Where do you get the X?
You wanna
Where do you
find
get
the find the x coordinate. So I add the x that are closest. So A and C are closest. So I add 2 plus 8 and then B is opposite, right? So I say 2 plus 8 minus 6 and I get the x value of D.
I'm not following. Can you just say it
My
again?
teacher explained this way also with x1 minus
So-
x2 plus x3, and then you'll get the x4 value.
Okay, wait. So
X-
I want to find the x coordinate of D, right?
Yes.
So because it's a parallelogram, I have 3 other points and there's only one left. So what I do is I add both close x-intercepts, which is A and C. I subtract the opposite, which is B. So 2 plus 8 minus 6. That's the x, which is 12. That's the x-intercept for the D.
The X what do you mean by X intercept? I mean the X
The-
value.
Yeah, the x value.
No, she means the x, yeah.
Yeah, the x value.
So you're saying you subtract the X, these X's,
No, you add
is-
these, you subtract the opposite, which is B.
you add. Okay, I've never actually heard of that rule. So you get an answer of 6, right?
I got 12. The
12.
x is 12
So let's see if we get the same answer.
and the
Okay.
y is
And the Y is
6.
6. Okay, let's see if we get the same answer. Okay. But you see, this is why you learn every day. You know, that's why maths is a lifelong journey. Like one of the other tutors didn't know about the trig reduction rule that I use, so they learned that. So I mean, that's, you guys must always be open to learning new things. Okay, so what
Can
I
I
was going to
explain away quickly?
I don't know.
But
Well, I
in-
actually don't really.
But
I don't
can
know
I
the
explain
proof
it
of that.
just a bit easier?
Okay, yeah, sure.
We take A as the first value and then B second and C third. So we make A's x value x1, B's value x2, and C's value x3. And then we
Yeah.
take x1 minus x2 plus x3. And that gives you an x value of 14.
Yeah,
And
even I got that.
you do the same with the y value with the y1 minus the y2 plus the y3. And then you'll get 6.
Oh.
So it's 14.6, not 12.6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I also got 14, but then
Okay. I would love to see the proof for that. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's correct. I mean, I'd just love to see like how they came up with that, because that seems so simple, right? It's like so simple. Because I mean, there must be a reason for it. So I would love to see the proof. Because if you can prove that, then it makes everything else so much easier. Okay, so what I was going to suggest is if we find the distance, if we find an expression for the distance of CD, right? And that's going to be, we know the distance because we can work out this distance, which is what? It's going to be 5. Do you guys remember distance formula?
Yeah.
What did we say distance formula is? Okay, isn't it? Yeah, so d squared equals the changes in the x values squared plus the change in the y values squared, right? D squared. So d squared equals the change in the x values. What's the x values for a, b? It's going to be 2 and minus 6. And that is 8, right? That's the distance between 2 and minus 6. And the distance between 5 and 5 and minus 5 is also 10, right? Do you guys agree?
Yes.
So therefore d squared is equal to 164. Okay, that's d squared, which means that this is also equal to 164. So we could say 164 is equal to x3 minus, okay, we don't know that yet. So it's going to be 8 minus the x value, right, squared, plus minus 4 minus the y value squared. However, we also know the gradient of this parallelogram, right? What's the gradient? It's 5/4, right? Do you guys see that?
Yes.
Yep.
So we said y equals 5/4x plus 5/2. So because this is on this line, whenever we see y, we can replace it with 5/4x plus 2. So we can substitute that here, which means that our equation only has x. You guys see that? Okay. And that looks like a very horrible equation. So clearly the other way is much faster. But then you would just simplify. I'm sure you would get the same answer. In fact, just for the interest of time, let's rather not let's just trust that it is correct.
I asked my teacher to send us or tell us if it is allowed because then we'd know.
Someone has got a bit of a Yeah, okay, yeah. say it again, Hussein.
Oh no, I just want to say that I asked my teacher now, and she may reply and say if we can use it or not.
What did you ask her?
About the easy way out.
Oh, I'm sure you
But
can.
yeah, there's no problem in using that as long as the answer is correct. So I guess we can.
Yeah, I mean, I'll use it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, thanks for that. Okay, so we should get the same answer. So let's go to the next question, and that is going to be trigonometry. Okay. So it says here in the diagram. So this is a triangle question, right? You guys know the triangle question. In the diagram, P3T is a point on the Cartesian plane. So you're going to tell you 3T, right? 3T. OP equals root 34. So I think, okay, wasting, Mike is a bit loud. Are you able to just mute it quickly? This is a bit, yeah, thanks. Okay. So OP is root 34. They show you that. HOP is beta. So this big angle here is beta. Okay. And it's a reflex angle. You guys can see that. Have you guys come across reflex? You should have, right? Obtuse, acute, reflex. Have they taught that to you? Reflex angles.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. It just means it's greater than 180. Okay. Now determine the value of t. Now I'm just going to draw a triangle here just to make it easier for ourselves. Like why is h there? Okay, I'm assuming this should actually be, it should actually be, yeah, it shouldn't actually be the h should be there anyway. Because it's supposed to be 90 degrees. Okay. So therefore, do you guys agree this distance is t, the y distance?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this distance is
And
3.
O.
Right? You guys agree?
Yes.
And this is root 34. So can't you work out t?
Yes.
Yeah. Just do partial. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be, yeah. So root 34. So 34 minus 9, which is 25.
So it will be 5. T. 5.
So it's t got to be 5.
Yeah. No, wait. It will be negative. Yeah,
No,
because
it's
it's below.
five.
No, it is 5. Just 5.
It is 5 because you get 25
No,
and
it
then
will be
square.
negative 5 because it's below the y.
It's below.
X. Yeah.
So you guys must be very careful with that one because it's below. So it can either be 5 or minus 5. That's why they drew the quadrant for you, so that you don't make the mistake of thinking it's 5. Okay. Tan of B. What's tan of B? Rivka?
O is B. The angle of O is B, right? So it's gonna
Yeah,
be
this angle is B, yeah.
so it's gonna be opposite of adjacent. So it's -5/3.
Yeah, so tan of B is just going to be opposite of adjacent. And in this triangle, the opposite is -5 and the adjacent is 3. So do you see what would have happened if you wrote t to be 5? We would have said 5/3. It's -5/3. So tan beta is just going to be -5/3. Okay. Now it says cos 2 beta. Any ideas?
It's
done?
identities.
Double angle.
Yeah, so which one do you guys want to do?
2 sine A cos A.
No, because isn't that sine? That's sine identity, double angle.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So when I said you guys memorize the identities when you wake up in the morning, if you say the calculus, you're gonna say the identities. Okay, and maybe I should make a quiz on identities.
That's fine.
Okay.
Just 2 cos squared
Can you do?
a minus 1.
Yeah.
2 cos squared minus 1, right? So do you agree we could just work out cos of beta and then just square it, multiply by 2 and subtract 1?
Yeah, it's 3 over root 34.
Okay, so let's just go back. So it's gonna be 2 times cos of beta squared. But what is cos of beta? 3 over?
3 over square root 34.
3 over root 34.
Sorry, that's not the right thing to do. Cos squared
Yeah,
beta.
you're supposed to clear the bracket.
Yeah. Cos squared beta minus 1. But what is cos squared beta?
It's 3 over root 34 squared.
Which is just going to be 9 over 34. Because it's 3 over root 34. You square that, becomes 9 over 34. So it's 2 times that, which is cos squared, 9 over 34 minus 1. And that's 18 over 34, maybe minus 34 over 34, just to make it easier for us, which is minus 20.
8 over 17.
Minus?
The final answer is minus 8 over 17.
Yeah.
Which is minus 8 over 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I put the initial thing in, like 2 into 3 over root 34 squared minus 1, like the whole thing in the calculator, it gives you negative 8 over 17.
I got minus 16 over 34. Oh, you get 17, sorry.
Yes.
Which is that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so that's the same thing.
Yeah.
That's the same. Okay. Amaro, does it make sense?
Yes. You see that?
Okay, do you guys see how all these questions with triangles, we're always approaching it exactly the same way? So that's why you have to learn the approach, okay? Because then everything becomes much easier. Okay, that's why they can ask you any question that you have the approach and you have the concepts, and that's what helps you answer the question. Everybody happy? Jose, you happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's do the next one. Okay, grade 12 maths P1 2017. Great. Okay. Okay, Nafisa, do you want to do 3 questions? 8.1. Nafisa, do you want
Only the first.
only the first one?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
Only this one. Okay, so you're fine with first principles.
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay. So average grade, this is grade 11. Okay.
Could we go to 8.1.3 quickly? I just wanted to see. Must we
Sure.
just sub in -1 into?
Yeah. Yes, and
Okay,
in
cool.
3.
What?
Yeah.
And 3.
So
Oh wait, which one are you talking about?
8.1.3.
Oh, I was talking about 8.1.
Okay, cool.
we can do all 3 questions. I don't mind. We can. Okay.
No, it's fine. I just want to know. Okay, carry on.
Okay. Okay. So it says, yeah, it's just. So it says calculate the average gradient. So this is something that you're taught in grade 11. And it's something that I think many schools often just gloss over because they teach you calculus first. But basically, this is like a prelude to calculus, the average gradient. So there is a concept video that if you want to watch under grade 11, it's called average gradients. But basically what you would do is that, do you guys agree this is a parabola?
Yes.
Yes.
So the average gradient is basically saying, let's take 2 points and let's draw a line between them. And that's going to be the average gradient. The gradient of that line is the average gradient. So if these points are like, if you find the point to be 5, 2, and this is going to be 3 minus 1, then all you do is just find the gradient between these 2 points. And that's the average gradient.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually quite simple. But so all you have to do is just sub in minus 1 and 3 into this equation. So what's the point that is going to be minus 1 square, which is 1, minus 5, which is minus 4. So it's minus 1 and 4.
Yeah.
No, it's minus 4, sorry. Minus
Yeah.
4. And it's
And the
going to
other one,
be
24.
24. Yeah, 9 plus 15, which is 24. So it's going to be 3 and 24. So then all you do is you find the gradient of this. Because you can imagine that these are just 2 points on the graph, right? So maybe there and there.
Why is it 3 and negative 1? If x is negative 1 and x is 3 and... Oh, I'm just being dumb.
X
This is
minus
like
1.
Oh, I
Nico?
see. Okay, yeah. Because now I was looking at the graph
Nope.
thing.
Yeah, I just drew an example just to show you
Okay.
the concept.
Oh.
But if you want more, you can go to the concept video
No,
on
it's
average
just
gradient.
okay. Never mind, it's fine.
Okay.
I see it now.
So the gradient is going to be what? It's going to be 24. We can start with the bottom. 24 minus positive 4 is 28.
20.
24 minus negative 4 is 28.
28.
Over 3 minus 1, which is 4. 7.
Then you get 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so the average gradient is 7. Do you guys see that? It's actually not too bad. You just find the points and then you just take the gradient. And if you watch the concept video on calculus, I show you basically how the average gradient, calculus is basically the average gradient, but bringing the average gradient closer and closer and closer and closer to 1 point. That's all calculus is. So that's why they teach you average gradient, because all you're doing in calculus is that you're bringing, what is the calculus formula again?
There are a lot.
What's first derivative? What's the first principles formula?
F of x,
Bye.
f of x is equal to f of x plus h minus f of x over x.
Where h
It is
is going to,
huh?
H
Sorry.
tends to 0. The limit where h tends to 0.
what does
Sorry.
h tend to
It's
0
now
mean? What is h
is
represent?
It gets closer to 0, but it's not equal to 0 yet.
But what is
Yeah.
h? What does h represent?
Why? No, I don't know.
So the concept video, guys, on calculus. Okay. You must watch that one. But basically, h is the distance between the points. So the calculus formula is saying, let's find the gradient, which is this, right? This is gradient. The y minus the x's. And that's actually what we've done here, right? This is just the 2 y points divided by the 2 x points. Do you guys see that over here? We found the gradient. That's what we did here. But calculus is saying, let's find the gradient as we make h, which is the distance closer and closer and closer to naught till I get to it being 1 point. That's what this equation means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just confused because I thought it was y2 minus y, that one, the normal one. But then because I saw it was 4 marks, I got confused.
Okay, but then you have to know the concept of average gradient. Okay, so
Yeah.
so that's why if you know that, then yeah, then that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
So okay, we can. So the rest is fine, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do the next one. Okay. Okay, ABC is an isosceles triangle with BN. So what do you guys know about isosceles triangles? Firstly, so you read when you read this statement here, what does that tell you
Two sides
automatically?
are equal.
Opposite angles equal.
A, B, and B,
Yeah,
C are equal.
something like that.
Are the opposite angles equal? What do you mean?
Angle A and angle C are equal.
Yeah, it's better to say the base angles are equal.
Okay, base angle.
Say the base angles are equal. It's a bit better. It's better terminology because opposite. What does opposite mean, right? Because this is also a kind of opposite, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. And they say what? What do they say next? And it's so do you guys agree these sides are equal also?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do they say next?
BN is perpendicular to bisect perpendicular. Yeah, to AC. So that means
Right.
it's 90.
So therefore this is also 90. Okay.
AN is X.
Yeah.
And BN is 80 minus X.
Right. So what is the question now says what?
Find the value of X such that the area of triangle is a max. Half base
So
times
remember
height.
what we said. They want a maximum, but before you can find the maximum, you first have to find the area of the triangle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You first have to find an expression for the area, or for the maximum. Sorry. If you want to find the maximum of something, you first have to find that something. If you want the maximum volume, you first have to find an expression for the volume.
Mm-hmm.
So before we can find the maximum area, we first have to find the area.
Yeah.
So what's the area of the triangle?
Half base
length
times
times
height.
breadth.
Half base times height. A half base times height.
Right. Okay, half base times height. That's correct. Half base times height. But
so if AN is equal to X, then AC will equal to 2X.
why is AC 2x?
I mean, that's your base.
But
Because
why is it 2x?
Because it's
I don't
can
know,
only
won't AN
middle
NC?
by 6.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree the height is 80 minus 6? Can we get that out of the way?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so now we just have to work out the base. Okay, 80 minus x.
Isn't it just 2x?
But now why is the base? Now you guys are saying that it's 2x, but now I want you to tell me why is it 2x?
Because
it bisects it in half, so AN will equal to NC.
But why is it? How do you know it bisects it in half?
Because
Does
it's
it tell you?
Degrees.
Because they
Because
tell
it
you
makes 90 degrees.
Perpendicular doesn't mean that it bisects, because if I give you a triangle like that, then this line could be here, right? That's perpendicular, but they don't bisect. Why? It does bisect, but not for that
Can
reason.
we-
Let's put it that way.
Can we
Yeah.
prove congruency?
Ima is right.
and
It is 2x, but that's not the reason.
Can we prove congruency?
Yes. Why are they congruent? Which two triangles are congruent?
ABN and BCN.
ABN, and why do you say that, Usaid? So what are the
BN is common, BA and BC is equal, and because they're isosceles, BAC and BCA is equal.
Yeah.
so so you've got two sides.
And then the one is common.
Well, you've got a common side of PN, and you've got that. So do you basically these angles are also equal, right? This yellow angle, because you've got a so therefore you've got an inclusive angle. So therefore you could either say side angle side, or you could say right hypotenuse side. Yeah. So there you guys can revise the congruency. So because they're congruent, that means that this is also x. Okay. So therefore the area of the triangle is going to be a half of 2x, which is just x, right? Times 80 minus x.
80x.
That's the area. But now they want what?
The x value.
I want the maximum, so we must use
The maximum. So
derivative.
let's distribute and then we find the derivative and make it equal to 0.
Great. So what's the distribution going to be?
80x
80x,
minus x squared.
yeah.
And what's the derivative of that going to be? What's the operation going to be?
dx over dx.
Say it again.
Oh, it
D-
will be
dx.
dx over dA. Or
No.
dA over dx.
It's dA over dx
dA
because
dA over
in
dx.
terms of x, so x is bottom. And then it
Yes,
becomes e minus x.
Mm-hmm.
X.
80 minus? No.
Oh, sorry. 2x. Sorry.
X equals to
Okay. So therefore that's the value of x that gives you a maximum. Okay. But now the next question is, what is the maximum?
so you sub that into the original thingy.
This one?
Yes. No, the other one.
No.
The
Oh,
one
okay.
before that. The green.
I'm just checking. Yeah. Okay. So this one. Okay. So it's going to be 80 minus 80 times 40, which is 3,200 minus 40,
1,600.
which is just going to be 1,600. Yeah. And is it in meters? What does it say?
Millimeters.
Millimeters. Wow. Okay. That's okay. Millimeters. So that's millimeters squared. Okay.
Yep.
Everybody happy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the next one, identity. Okay. I don't know what's that. Okay. I'm guessing prove the identity, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It looks very familiar. I think we've done it before, actually. So what do you guys think?
The tans
Which
you
side
can
do you
do.
work with, right? Like which side do you work with? Like they're both bit problematic, right?
The right hand side first.
I
Because you
think we
can do
should
more
work
stuff
with
there.
1 plus sine 2x over cos 2x because we know more of the identities there.
What do you guys, Rivka, what do you think?
Can work with either side, though, but like the tan side, you just instead of writing tan, then it will be sine over cos for both of them. And it will be 1
Mm.
plus sine over cos and
For
1
me,
minus
it's
sine over cos. And then can't you cancel? Can you cancel them?
Yeah, I mean, so there's different ways in which one can approach it, but I actually would prefer starting on the left.
Yeah.
Just to get the tans in a nice place, because we're gonna have to manipulate that in any case, and then solve. So
Can you do like that what I said where you do sine over cos and sine over cos, right? Then
yeah,
the ones cancel out because you're dividing.
do they cancel out?
But there's a plus and a minus.
No,
sign,
you're
so we
adding them
can't-
up. So you're adding them and subtracting them, so you can't.
So there's two things in the denominator, so you can't divide out. But what could we do?
Now, you know, change it to
Say it again.
you change it to multiplication, you know, this the bottom and then the flip and change thing.
You mean you wanna bring
Take the
this like?
denominator to the right.
Yeah.
I would maybe first make this look nice. Convert it to one fraction. Don't you think?
So will it be cos x plus sine x over cos x?
So I was thinking if you multiply both sides by cos x over cos x.
Oh yes, you told me about this. The conjugal.
Not the conjugate, it's just multiplying by a form of 1.
Oh yeah.
Because then this will get rid of that denominator. Do you guys see?
No.
Okay, well, I'll show you. So cos x times 1 is just cos x, right?
Yes.
Plus sine x over
Cos x.
how nice is that? Do you guys see that? Hello? Yeah. So
I think I'm a bit lost.
okay, we can do
no.
it another way. We can do it another way. Another way to do it is just to say 1 plus, just take them separately and make them one fraction. So what's the common denominator here in this one?
Cos x.
So do you agree it's going to be cos x over cos x plus sine over cos x? Because it's just 1.
Yeah.
So it's cos x plus sine x over cos x. Do you agree?
Which is
Yeah.
Which is, that becomes 1, and then sine over cos is 10.
Yeah.
And then the other side, if we take this one, it becomes cos over cos, right? But it will be minus sine x over cos. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Cos over cos minus sine over cos. But they want us to divide these. What happens when you divide these?
changes to multiplication, and then you switch it.
So what happens?
Just take minus cos to the bottom.
What happens?
Oh, those that cos x and cos x cancels.
Which leaves you with?
Oh, okay, right. Cos x plus sin x over cos x minus sin x.
Okay, which is what we got at the beginning. Okay. So this was just a quicker way is just to multiply by cos over cos, because that's just 1. So then you multiply the cos there, and you multiply the cos there. Okay. So I'm just showing you it's the same answer. Do you guys see this? The same answer. So now we've simplified the left-hand side. Now we can do the right-hand side. You guys see this?
Yes.
We've done the left-hand side. Now let's do the right-hand side. Because we can't really simplify this much more. All right. So let's do the. What do you guys think the first thing we should do on the right-hand side?
Oh, 1 plus 2 sine x. It's
It's a double angle, so we can say 2 sine x cos x.
sorry,
1 plus 2 sine x plus cos x.
And
the bottom as well.
Yeah.
Cos
Yeah.
squared minus sine squared x.
Okay. What made you choose that one?
In the end, it would be easier, I think.
Okay, that's good thinking. What can we do from here? Look at what we want.
Can we take cos x as a common factor out?
But it's not a common factor.
Just add cos squared x, but I don't know why I did that. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, so 1 is the same as cos squared x plus sine squared x.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to write it like this. Do you agree it's the same, Amara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can we do next?
We can just open a bracket, cos x plus sine x, close bracket, and then another one, cos x plus sine x over cos x minus sine x, and yeah.
Do you guys agree this is a perfect square?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Do you agree it's the same pattern?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see?
Yeah.
So what's the answer? If you apply
Cos
that.
squared x plus sine. No, it will be cos x plus sine x squared.
Did you see? We're nearly there.
Yeah.
And what about this? What can we do here?
Cos x minus sine x squared. It can be written, is that right? Yeah, it can.
It's 2 brackets, but it's the same thing. Cos x minus sine x, cos x plus sine minus sine x.
Which one?
The bottom part.
You're right, but what does this become?
The top one becomes cos x plus sine x in one bracket, and then another bracket, the same thing, cos x plus sine x.
So squared, right? Squared.
Yeah, because it's squared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the bottom?
The bottom is cos x minus sine x, cos x minus sine x. Two different brackets.
No,
Plus sine x.
this is the pattern at the bottom. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
And what do you guys know about this?
It's
Difference of two
it's a
squares.
double angle.
Difference of two squares.
Yeah, so it's x minus 1 in the one bracket and then x plus 1 in the other bracket.
In other words, cos x minus sine x.
Then plus cos x
Cos x.
plus sine x, yeah.
What happens?
We can cancel.
With the one on top. Oh.
So do you see how this question required you to draw on multiple concepts? You see that?
Yeah.
So you have to know all the different concepts and be able to bring them together. You see, you can't just know the one concept. You have, and remember, this difference of two squares was not grade 12 work, right? Remember you taught difference of two squares?
Yes.
Grade 9, right? Or grade 10?
Yeah, somewhere.
So do you see how they're
I
bringing
think it
stuff
was like
from previous
9.
years into grade 12? So that's why you have to be strong when it comes to your previous. And sine squared plus cos squared is not grade 12, it's grade 10, right? Or grade 11. Okay. But they used it in this question. Okay. Sine over cos is not grade 12, right? It was grade 10. X plus y all squared is grade 9 or 10, right? So you guys see how it's when you do grade 12 maths, it's not enough to just know the grade 12 maths. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So that's why we made the section mind map on the work, because we felt that a lot of grade 12 students like maybe forgot some things that were covered in previous grades. So we created it like this so that if they maybe were struggling with trigonometry, they could go back to previous grades and cover. Do you guys see? Here is grade 10, special angles, understanding the cost diagram, special angles. And how often do we use special angles in grade 12, right? Reciprocal ratios. These are all solving trig equations, sine rule, area rule, okay, deriving trig identities. Okay, that's grade 11. Grade 12, then you start doing all these things. But you can't do the grade 12 if you don't know this, right? So that's why we created it like this, so that you guys could go back if there was anything that wasn't clear. And you know, so whenever you cover a new section in maths at school, I want you guys to go back to the previous year's work just to make sure that you're comfortable. Okay. Look here, Amaro.
G.
Look here, under grade 11.
Yeah.
Average gradient.
Yeah.
You see that? Okay, so that's something that we covered in the grade 11 mind map. So, but the question during grade 12. So that's why, you know, obviously the grade 12 work is important, but you guys need to have a strong understanding of the grade 10 and the grade 10 work especially, because I've noticed, like, if you look at the grade 10s, that's when the work starts to pick up.
Sorry.
Okay?
Sorry.
If you look at the grade, this is the grade 9 mind map, right? Look here. It's very short. This is the grade 9 mind map. But then when you go to grade 10, it starts to become much bigger. Look here. So grade 10 is when the math starts to really pick up. So that's why you guys must have I really want you to, if you feel uncomfortable or not sure about a particular section, I want you to go back to the section mind map, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other questions? That was the last question. Any other questions?
No, it's
No.
fine.
Okay. How do you guys feel?
Um, stressed.
Yeah, tired.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy,
Hungry.
Yeah.
but just keep at it. Keep focused. Don't lose sight of the big picture. Yeah, that's the advice. Because everything that you need to succeed in maths, it's right here. Okay, everything is here. The concept videos are here. The past questions for you to work through. The quizzes are here. The live sessions are here. You can ask questions to the tutors. So everything that you need to succeed, you've got it here. And all the tutors, they care about you guys, and they want you guys to succeed. So you guys must just make sure. The thing is with Tutonic, right? We can't force students to use it, right? Like
Yeah.
we can't like here's the video, you have to watch it right now. Like we can't do that. The students that benefit from Tutonic are the ones that watch the concept videos and the ones that ask us questions regularly. And a lot of you guys are doing that, which is good, but you must just keep on doing that. And it doesn't have to be like a question where we have to answer a question. Like Naima, yesterday you asked some questions just for explanation, right? Didn't necessarily want the answer. You just wanted to understand, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's what we want. We want students to engage with the work, and whenever they feel unsure about something, they ask us. But you need to engage. Okay, you need to engage. Because there's, we counted it. Tutonic has made over 1,000 videos over the last 4 years, and you obviously can't watch all of them, but there's enough videos to keep you busy. There's enough videos to keep you busy, and if there's something that you're not sure about, we'll point you in the right direction. That's the thing. Like if you're struggling with anything, as tutors, we've obviously been there, and we can tell you, watch this video, watch that video. So you must talk to us, right? You must engage. And obviously, Rivka, do you like the new system where it's more personal? We ask, do you see that new system?
Yes, I saw it.
Like it's a bit more personal, right?
Yes.
Than asking on the
More
group. Because on the group,
like if you're more comfortable asking the question.
yeah, because remember guys, when Tutonic started, we only had like 30 students, so it was fine for students to ask questions in the group. But now if you see on the group now, there's grade 12, there's 229 members on the group. So I understand that a lot of students, it's not, and you also don't want to like disturb people on the group. So the nice thing is that we can have these interactions that are more private, but then if there is a response that we can share, we share it with the group, right? So, which is quite nice, because then the students still benefit from the interaction, but for us, it's a more personalized thing. And we don't share your name. I don't know if you noticed, right? When we send the response to the group, we don't send the name.
Yeah.
So nobody knows who asked the question anymore. So that's supposed to help you guys feel more comfortable asking questions. So all you know is the tutor who helped you, which is obviously so that you can fill out the feedback form. And that's just for quality control. So that if somebody doesn't answer a question nicely, then you guys can tell us. But I don't think we've never actually had a rating below 9 out of 10, which is good. But obviously, you guys must tell us if there's anything that we can improve. Okay. And you guys see this new. So we try and send these messages out like every 2 days so that you guys can see all the options you have, right?
Mm.
So if you want to try the quiz, now we've only got 3 quizzes, then you can quickly go. But obviously, I'm sending a quiz every week, right? So it will build up. So you guys have lots of things that you can do. It doesn't have to be just on the live session. Every day you can watch a concept video. You can go through the bank. You can send us a question on the tutors. So there's lots of things to keep you busy. Okay, so and if you ever feel bored, there's always something for you to.
It's no
There's
time
always
to
some.
feel bored anymore.
Yeah.
It's so much work to do.
Exactly.
Would you guys want a study workshop?
Oh, what like
Yes.
For math.
Well, just in general, because I do a lot of work on how to memorize information.
Yes.
Studying.
yes,
Oh,
yeah.
see, like I had that on my mind because I knew you did.
Because
Like
sometimes I
wanting
know
to
the
ask.
concepts, but then when I need to apply them, then I forget it. You see? So like,
Well, that's just you have to use it. You have to use it, and eventually it will go into
yeah,
your. But I was talking
yeah.
more like because maths. I mean, the memorization. There's not a lot of stuff to memorize in maths compared to like other subjects like bio. Do you guys do bio, or what do you
I
guys?
do
Yes, I
bio.
do bio.
Yeah,
Enough is
Naima,
Yeah,
what do
I
you
do
guys?
bio.
Because you all do bio, yeah. So,
No, I don't do bio. Me and Amara, we do economics.
oh, okay. But what
Yeah.
else is like a very tough subject when with memorizing?
business studies.
Philosophy
Okay, I do business and
and business.
economics, so
Oh yes,
that's a lot
I
of
also did business.
memorization. What subjects did you
Yeah,
Oh,
do?
gosh.
I did physics, business, and bio. Those were the yeah.
But if you have the workshop, that would be so helpful.
Yeah, it will.
When do you want to have it?
Whenever
When are
you can.
you
Whenever
free?
you
Yeah, like it depends on you and your time.
Well, the weekend would probably be easier, maybe.
yeah.
I'm
Okay, I
fine
don't
with the
mind.
weekend, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, what are you doing?
You?
Like, what are we? What going out to the
Okay,
mall?
yeah,
What?
you're not going out, but
Yeah,
like
I mean, like it's like there's no.
no
Maybe
excuse.
yeah, because I've noticed a lot of students when they come to university, they struggle a lot because it's quite a big jump, and it's very important at university to have a
Balance.
study method that works.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't met one university student who's kept, or I can maybe one two who's kept their study method from a trick, because they've realized that it just doesn't work, and it's not the problem isn't them, it's the method of studying.
Yeah.
So
You came to the school, you said something about that active recall thing. So,
oh yes.
yeah,
Oh
so
yeah.
me and my
Thanks for
friend,
remembering that. Yeah, that's
yeah,
great.
so me and my friend, we actually applied it. And we're like, yeah,
So,
Ilya said that.
how are you applying it?
Okay, so basically we memorize stuff, right? And then we like go back, how you said, we go back and we try to like
You create
know what we don't
questions.
know. Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad. And is it helping?
Yes, it definitely does.
Okay, so it's kind of like that, but obviously we can refine it a bit more. I actually have a PowerPoint that I gave last year to people, so I can just use the same one because I'm pretty sure people are stressed.
Yeah, we are.
And
I don't know study
We
method.
very much are.
I mean, hopefully we get more than 10 people. And then we'll also record it, and then we can keep it on YouTube for students studying. Yeah, I think we should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But you want to do it like a Zoom session like this where you ask
Yes,
questions?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Thanks. I'll see you guys next week.
Okay. Thank
You
you.
know what happened? On Monday, I sat with my laptop at 3 o'clock and I'm waiting for you to send the link. And then I realized like there's no sessions on Monday. So I got upset. So then I was like, no, I need like
Yeah.
maths on Monday. Yeah.
But I mean, this was a nice session. We got through a lot of questions on this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think then a lot of questions come through and we work through fast.